Okay, so hello dear students, how are you all? Welcome. This is Professor Varun from Unacademy, and this is YouTube channel of Unacademy. And let us start today. So as you all know that sorry for the sore throat, because teachers always have a sore throat, no? Okay, so as you all know that I am providing you with PYQs for various topics. For thermodynamics it is over, and I have provided for work, energy and power also, and this is the third chapter that we are now going to cover as much as PYQs are concerned. And today we are going to cover laws of motion. So let us start with a little of my introduction. Okay, so there it is. My name is Professor Varun Goyal, and I completed my graduation in mechanical engineering stream from NIT Surat, Gujarat. Okay, and I completed my post graduation in the stream of thermal engineering from Punjab Engineering College, Chandigarh. And thermal engineering, as you know, is the specialization that is to be completed in the subject of thermodynamics and fluid mechanics, so and energy. So these topics, they are really very near to my heart. But today we are going for laws of motion, so that is also very important, we know. And since 2013 I am into the business of this teaching, so you can say that I have 7-year good teaching experience regarding physics. Okay, so well, with this much, let us move to our next slide. I can show you, having a little introduction about the Unacademy subscriber program. Now, what is this Unacademy Plus? Unacademy Plus is basically the paid program from Unacademy, and as you all know that the premium content is available at very affordable prices, structured live courses and dedicated live doubt clearing sessions. They are maintained here. Wait a minute. Okay, and quizzes at regular interval, test series for DPPs, and that even with complete analysis. This is really a paid feature of this app, and a single subscription for unlimited access. So these are the things that that are provided here on Unacademy in their Plus program. And if you are using this code, you would be getting 10% discount over already affordable prices. You would be getting this much further 10% discount on the price. I would be telling you, well, the code is, my dear student, Goyal Live with the double L. Please be careful about this, that there are double L's here. So this is the code that you are supposed to use. Okay, there are many other codes, many other teachers, and every teacher is provided with a new course with an individual code. So it doesn't matter which code you are using, but you have to use the code given here, whosoever teacher gives you that. Okay, so live chat is in front of me. Okay, so if you have any doubts and whatever you want to say, you can. Okay, so let us move ahead. If you think, please do ask me. Okay, so this is the Unacademy's Plus subscription, and what will be the cost of this? You can see the cost is really less. Like for 12 months, it is costing only 12,375, which is 1,000 rupees per month. Now this is really impressive as a teacher, because I also teach somewhere, and I know that this price is really competitive in the market. You won't find this price anywhere else other than Unacademy. So moving next, if you're preparing for EAMCET, so I can tell you that the best part of this is that there are Telugu batches, dedicated Telugu batches that are available here. So if you're facing any language problem, that should not be the problem with Unacademy here, okay? So let us now move to our next topic today, because this much is enough for the introduction part, and let us move to our, and so you know that the topic today will be PYQs for the laws of motion, but I have chosen only two topics today, first Newton's second law and then Newton's third law. Well, Newton's first law, I was also having PYQs for this topic, but I have not considered this because I consider them a little. We would be having only half an hour today, that is up to 10 o'clock at night, so we need to be quicker, and so we had to concentrate only on important topics and difficult topics. So let us start our today's class with the first PYQ from the topic of Newton's second law. Now, mass. Bullet of mass of 5 grams moving with the velocity this penetrates a wooden block up to 6 centimeters. Then the average force imposed by the bullet on the block is. So dear student, this is the question. There is this block here. Okay, and a 5 milligram bullet is moving at a whooping speed of 100 meter per second and the wooden block up to 6 centimeters, it has penetrated into it up to 6 centimeters. Then the average force imposed by the bullet on the block is. Okay, up to 6 centimeters. Then the average force imposed by the bullet on the block is. So my dear students, any guesses here? What can we do regarding this question? Well, I will tell you that the speed of the bullet is 100 meter per second at the time when it is entering into the bullet, okay? And after traveling the distance of 6 centimeter, it stops. So the final velocity becomes 0, and this will be the u. So u and v is given, and s is also given to us, that is the distance traveled by the bullet is 6 centimeters. So we need to find what is the force that is being applied on the block. Well, the force on the bullet will be equal to the force on the block, that is Newton's third law, and accordingly we will find what is the force required against the bullet to stop the bullet by the distance of 6 centimeters. So what should we do? So, well, as per the force is concerned, we will apply the formula F is equal to m into a. Before that, we must know what is the acceleration, and we will be using the formula v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Okay, and from this equation, we will find the acceleration here. So dear student, let us participate here, and please try to do this. Find the acceleration A. Okay, let me substitute the values. The final velocity is 0 minus 100 square is equal to 2 into acceleration is unknown, and the distance traveled should be in the meters as a unit, and obviously retardation has taken place, so it will be negative in front of you. Okay, so there we go, is equal to minus of 2 into a 6 divided by 100, and it is coming out to be 8 6 to 12. So anyways, acceleration will be given by 10 raised to power 4, and this is 10 raised to power 6 divided by 12 meter per second square. Okay, so there is the blank sheet in front of you. Okay, so this much will be the acceleration. So we say that acceleration is 10 raised to power 6 divided by 12 meter per second square. So what will be the force? Force will be m into a, where the mass is given by where is the mass? I have not written it. 5 milligrams. So 5 divided by milli into 10 raised to power 6 divided by 12, and we will solve it. So this will come out to be near. And next, let us move to question number 2. So now the question is, Newton's second law gives the measure of acceleration, force, momentum and angular momentum. Well, without wasting time, I will go with it. The answer is force. Well, why I have incorporated this question into our PYQs? Because I just wanted to discuss this thing, that the first law defines what? Defines inertia, and second law defines force. Well, this we must remember. Okay, and the third law, it has defined the reaction. There are many equipments and many particular cases in which reaction force is exemplary, and it is the main force that is acting and creating motion. But there is no law other than the Newton's third law that actually defines the reaction force, because it's not defined anywhere else. So third law defines the reaction force. So these are the three things that we have found. Okay, so without wasting time, let us move to our next question, question number 3. Okay, dear student, let us see question number 3. The force of 100 dynes. Well, this is the mistake. Time and again, this mistake is repeated by the publishers and by teachers, by students. You never use S plurals behind the units. But as you can see here also, but it's never like that. I'm sorry for that. So the mass of this is 5 gram for 10 seconds. The velocity produced will be, well, how do we do it? So this, what are we going to do now? Have you read the question properly? Please read it once again. I would be doing it here. Later I will shift to the blank sheet. So the velocity, we know that t is given to us, and we will take that the mass was already at rest. So v is equal to u plus at. But for this question to be used, u is, we will take it 0. T is given, but acceleration is unknown. So acceleration has to be found by force per unit mass. I'm moving to the blank sheet now. So what is the force? 100 dynes. But now this is dyne. Let me, first of all, let us check the unit. Students, you can see that the units are all in CG. Okay, the D option is wrong. It must be 2000, I suppose. Anyways, so here the options are given in CGS, and the question is also given in CGS. Okay, so this is really important. Coming back to our blank sheet, now I can refer here that all the units here are in CGS. So should we convert CGS into SI units? Absolutely not, because answers are given in CGS. So we will continue like this only. So what will be the acceleration? Acceleration will be the 100 dyne divided by the mass, that will be taken in grams only. So that will be 20. So this is 20, and I can write it like this also. And if you want, you can write it like this also. There is no problem. So this is the acceleration that we have got, and substituting the value in this equation, the final velocity will be multiply by 10 seconds. So that should come out to be 200 centimeters per second, my dear students. So what is the option? There you go. The option is 200 centimeters per second. Okay, so this is done. Are we okay with it? Anyways, 15 minutes have been lapsed, but we have done only 3 questions. Let us be quick. Okay, so this is the question number 4. An object will continue moving uniformly until, now this is not even the, The resultant force acting on it begins to decrease. The resultant force on it becomes zero. The resultant force is at right angles to its rotation, resultant from its increased continuously. The object will continue moving uniformly until the resultant force on it is zero. So according to our first law, F net should be equal to 0. This implies that acceleration will be 0. This implies that velocity will be constant. So it will be a typical case of uniform motion. Okay, so quite simple. Let us move to question number 5. A Diwali rocket is ejecting this much kgs of gas per second. My dear student, just note this question down. I have specifically added this question into this list. This is really important question. There are many questions that you will get based on this thing. Force here is actually reaction force, which is very different from our normal force. This is not going to be, this is not F is equal to m into A. So let me tell you, according to Newton's second law, the force is given by this. But this is a derivation of reaction force. Write it down completely. Don't just miss it, okay? Differentiating when there are two variables, keeping one constant. Okay, this is very important. Now after it, what we do, we generally take two directions. Now after this, case 1, if mass is constant, which is generally the case, and velocity is not constant. So if this is the case, we will say that dm by dt part will become 0. So F will be m into dv by dt plus 0. Well, this is not the force that is required in this question. Just note it, F is equal to m into A. This is how we get it. And now, what about the case 2? Case 2 is when mass is not constant but provided velocity is constant. So now, what are we going to do? Okay, so this thing, dv by dt will become 0. So F will become 0 plus this is the reaction force. So my dear students, this is the $1 million formula for you, which generally teachers as well as students they miss. So we are not going to miss it. This is reaction force. So we are not going to miss it. Hello my dear student, I have messages here. Sir, explain the basics. Beta, this is about the PYQs, this lecture. So this will not be like indeed, we will not be moving into details, but as per this question is concerned or this topic is concerned, this is already in detail. You can see here we have started from this point. This is F is equal to dp by dt, and instead of P we have written m into V. So I believe you know the formula for differentiation. Differentiation in product. This is the formula for differentiation that we are utilizing here. So this will become that thing when we substitute it in the terms of m and v. But we know that mass is generally constant. So the case 1 is here. So case 1 will give you the formula that is F is equal to m into A, which is a very famous formula and you know it also. Okay, and this is the case number 2, that is the actual subject matter of this question. So here mass is not constant but velocity is constant. So under these conditions the same formula will become this. So this is the formula for reaction force. Is it clear, my dear student? Can I move ahead? Please do let me know if it is clear now. Well, there is a lag there in the video, so I am moving it, but if you face any problem please do comment. I would be responding. Okay, we can come back anytime. So if we are using this formula here, now the velocity is given as a 400 meter per second and the mass is 0.05 kgs. We substitute the values here. Velocity, I again forgot, 400 meter per second, 0.05. All are in SI units, so that should be the force. So this will come out to P. Force are 20 newtons should be our answer. So let me see. Well, yes, B is the answer, my dear student. If you want to note, please you can note it here now. So 20 Newton is the answer and the option will be B for us. Okay, so let us now move ahead, and I would be waiting for your message though. Okay, let us move it. Okay, so 4, an object will continue moving uniformly. That we have done. 4 and 5th question we have done. 5th question is really important, my dear students. Please mark it. Okay, and you watch the recording once again. Okay, so let us move to question number 6 now. A body of mass 2 kg is moving in a horizontal surface with an initial velocity of this. Anubhav, hello beta, how are you? You can ask anything, whatever you want. I am watching your messages. Okay, so 2 kg is the mass on a horizontal surface with initial velocity of 4 meter per second, comes to rest after 2 seconds. Okay, so the body of mass 2 kg, mass is given, horizontal to this, comes to rest after time is also given. If we want to keep this body moving on the same surface with the velocity this, the force required is. So what will be the answer to this question, my dear students? I am waiting for you people, giving just 30 seconds to you. Okay, so a body of mass 2 kg moving with the horizontal. So mass is given to us. Initial velocity is this, comes to rest after this. So you can find the acceleration, that what is the friction on the surface. Okay, see, the question is that this is the body. It was moving with 4 meter per second, and after time t it comes to rest. Now obviously there will be friction here, and we need to find what will be the friction. Now the question is that if it was moving at the velocity of 4 and we want it to keep moving at the velocity of 4 meter per second itself, so what should be the force which we should be applying? So obviously we will say that the net force should be equal to 0 if the body is supposed to move at the constant velocity. So we have to find the friction force. So let us see it. F is equal to m into us, but acceleration is not known. So v is equal to u plus at, we can find here. Final velocity is 0. u was 4, retardation and time taken is 2. From here we jump to this conclusion that acceleration will be this. So what is the force that is being applied here? F is equal to m into a. So this F is equal to m into a will be 2 kg multiplied by 2, so that will be 4 newtons. So dear students, there is the answer, that is B. So 4 Newton will be the force that we should apply on the block so that the block keeps on moving with the constant velocity. Why? Because backside 4 Newton force is applied, and in front also we will apply the 4 Newton force. So what will be the net force? F net will be 0, and here we can say that velocity will be constant. Will that be fine? Okay, so let us move it now. Question number 7. The body of mass 2 kg is hung on a spring balance mounted vertically in a lift. Well, these lift problems are very popular. My dear students, I am going to tell you a method in which you are supposed to attempt these questions. Always remember that. A body of mass 2 kg is hung from a spring. And it is a lift. Now if lift descends with an acceleration that is moving downward equal to the acceleration of gravity g, the reading will be, well dear students, I expect you to provide me with the answer here in this question number 7, but there is a delay here in my video, so I cannot wait for the correct options. Anyways, okay. So my dear students, this is a typical case of weightlessness. Typical case of weightlessness in lift. Well, you must be aware of this, and it is evident here because it is explicitly mentioned in the question. The lift descends with an acceleration equal to that of gravity. How is that possible? The lift is falling. It means the lift is falling in a free fall. So whenever the lift is in a free fall, the weight reading in the spring will be definitely equal to 0. There is no doubt about it. So this is a typical case of, well, as per the lifts are concerned, I can just remind you a little. See, this is the lift, and let us say this is a person standing over here, and now okay, and if the lift is moving up with an acceleration a, the total downward force to this will be mg plus a. This will be the apparent weight. Okay, and the other weight, if the lift is descending, see, the pseudo force is always taken in the opposite direction. So we will subtract it now here. The downward weight, the apparent weight here will be m into g minus a. My dear student, this acceleration of the lift up or down, because a is 0. So there is no, okay. So if it takes time t1 to reach the floor when lift is stationary, it takes time t lift is moving up with constant acceleration, dear students. Well, if there is a constant acceleration here, these kind of questions, how are we going to do these kind of questions? Let us see. So there is this coin, and this coin is falling. So if the lift is moving up with acceleration a, we will say that the total gravity for this will be g plus a. Okay, so obviously the time taken now earlier, so t1 was initial time, now it is t2 moving up. So t2 will be lesser than t1. A option will be correct. Now in that case, we have to take the total acceleration as g plus a, and then we will find it the total time. It will be v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So in case number 1 it will be this, considering time. V is equal to u plus 80, u will be 0. Number 1, the time period will be v2, the time period will be given by v divided by g plus a. So obviously this t2 will be lesser and t1 will be more. Okay, so this is how we will do this. So my dear students, there is a piece of information for you. I am Professor Varun Goyal. You can search me by my name, Varun Goyal, on Unacademy app. Presently I am providing live free special classes. Okay, and the topics that I have already covered there, some are from 12th standard, but from 11th, thermodynamics, I have suitably completed that, and work energy and power, and this is going on. Only one lecture has been completed. Laws of motion, only one lecture has been completed. You can connect me here. And then there is one more chapter that I have completed. I believe it is gravitation, or I don't remember it exactly which chapter was it. So you have to search for it in my Unacademy app. Okay, so everything here is free. Everything is provided freely by Unacademy. Okay, so you must concentrate here. So if you are joining my live classes, you would be getting all these things free of cost. And from 12th I am currently doing electrostatics and magnetism, and these chapters are already over in 12th standard from my part. Okay, so my dear students, please do join me on Unacademy app. You can search Varun Goyal, and I am providing quality classes there, free of cost, absolutely. So with this, my dear students, I hope everything will be fine now. So all the best. This is Professor Varun from Unacademy. I hope you would be joining this app, and I will see you there. I'm conducting classes every day at 4